Welcome back, friends. So pollen counts are spiking throughout our area, and it's shaping up to be a really tough allergy season. So joining us now for the South Bend Clinic is Dr. Soheb Aleem. Thank you so much, doctor, for being here. We appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
You are, right now, you're going to be my saving grace.
It's his prime time season.
It seems like it's worse than normal. I don't know what you're hearing, what you're seeing right now. Can you add context?
So in terms of allergies, the seasons usually vary depending on the surrounding weathers and also the air currents and the pollution level in the area as well. Most of the pollen seasons in our region usually start for trees between March to June timeframe. And then for grass pollen seasons, usually it starts between May to August timeframe. And then your weed pollen season usually starts between July to October timeframe, and the ragweed season kind of runs between August to October time.
See, I didn't realize that's a long time.
It is, especially in this area where we have a lot of fluctuations in temperatures, and also with the rain, and as you mentioned, the dust storm a couple of times already
that was annoying.
That was brutal.
news, which has had a lot more patients showing up at our clinic asking that their symptoms are worse this year compared to last year. When we had, if you remember, when we had the fires in California, the poor air quality a couple of years ago. That's another time of the in this area where people ended up coming with allergy symptoms.
I remember that. You talked about some symptoms. Talk about the common ones and maybe some less common symptoms that people show up with.
Every person has their different symptomatology. For some, it's their eyes, which are itchy, watery, runny. For some, it's their congestion in the nose, runny nose, or phlegm in the back of the throat, or sore throat in the morning, or sinus pressure. And for some, it's the generalized malaise or fatigue that they feel, along with some tiredness as well. So everybody has combination or some of them.
I feel like we should have a number that comes up. Call 911 immediately, because I felt all of that. And it seems like you don't have to necessarily be outside to have those symptoms, do you?
No.
It could be a cracked window.
Absolutely. So in terms of exposures, you have exposures to not only the indoor allergens, which could include dust mites, which are microscopic organisms. You can't see them. They feed on your dead skin. They are in your porous surfaces. And then mold, which is present. If you see any black mold,
it's a big one for me.
That's a very common one. And then the pollens, of course, outdoor pollens. When you have the seasons coming along, you will have more symptoms.
This is a big one because Josh was getting, I don't want to say hate isn't
No, I get it. People weren't talking to me within 6 feet. I'll just put it that way.
We were nervous. Okay, maybe you have a cold. Maybe go home, dude. How can you tell the difference between a cold and some allergy symptoms?
It's a million-dollar question for some people. Because in children especially, when the school season starts, that's also the time of the year when the ragweed season is kicking up as well. So that's a particular time frame where we kind of have to always tell them that if you have symptoms that include high-grade fever, if you have body chills which are out of norm for you for your seasonal allergy symptoms, or any other symptom which don't sound like allergy, then you can come in and see your doctor.
I know ever since COVID, whenever you go out in public and you're sneezing and coughing, you get a couple extra
step back 2 feet.
You know?
I get it. I do get that. Talk about some of the treatment options, and at the same time, we got about a minute. Can you talk about when you should see a doctor or a health professional?
Absolutely. So I think prevention is better than cure in any situation. So in terms of when the dust storm is around or when the pollen season is around, try to make sure when you're driving around, keep your windows rolled up and then keep the windows shut in the house and have the central AC on. That's one way of preventing that. In terms of treatment options, you have antihistamines over the counter that are available, or your prescription from your doctor, and then option of nasal sprays. And I always emphasize that nasal sprays would help you with the congestion, runny nose, and drainage. No amount of antihistamine is going to clear that up.
Yeah, you see some of the symptoms here as well. Keep that in mind.
By the way, do you like those rinses that you see? You know,
neti pots and stuff?
Yeah,
absolutely. It's like going to a car wash. Get the junk out, get that clean, and then let the medication do the job.
Okay.
It helps that perfect.
Okay, and you said this during the break, and we got to go to Andrew. Don't just take your medicine when you feel these symptoms. Take it before allergy symptoms season kicks in.
Absolutely.
Okay, we appreciate you, Doctor.
Thank you for being here. We're going to have you on call at this point. I think this allergy season.
Any of these symptoms, call 911.
No.
Hello, Andrew.
Well, as you heard heard the doctor say, though, Josh and Lauren, again, the allergies, they just move throughout the year. Over the next few days, we are going to get a break from at least the harshest tree pollen out there due to the rain. That's going to help lower down these allergies over the next several days. And we've also had kind of a very windy spring. In fact, our windiest spring in nearly 50 years. So that's been helping to move the pollen and the dust all around the Midwest Great Lakes states throughout this spring season.